Hello everyone and welcome back to our Minecraft Let's Play series where we are on week 42 now. How you guys doing? I hope you guys are all doing well. And as you may have seen or not have seen the extent of yet, we actually have a decent amount land for this week. It's all going to be small stuff in the grand scheme of things, but trust me, it is a lot. Because you may have seen that I went ahead and collected endstone. And that is because on our list first is the enderman platform. We went ahead and rebuilt our enderman farm out of endstone bricks instead of just having it as netherrack because it didn't look as good and it wasn't as thematic. So I'm going to go ahead and expand that platform now this week. Then on our list, the great axolotl migration. Now, you might not know what this is, but let me just tell you. I've been going ahead and breeding a bunch of axolotls, and I can go show you guys that really quick. Right over here, this is our axolotl pond, and you may notice there's a lot of axolotls. That is an understatement. I think currently the amount of axolotls we have in this farm is 820. So you can probably imagine how much lag this creates. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and move these into a different area of our world, just so that these guys aren't creating as much lag here. Then, something else that I've been working on, obviously, is the digging hole. You've been getting to see snippets of that every week. And during my time while mining through there, I found a deep dark in the area. Now, this isn't a problem until you realize that I don't want to activate any shriekers, so I want to go through that deep dark, clear it out of everything, all the catalysts, the shriekers, and the sensors. I don't think there's really anything else I would want from there. And then finally, like every other week, we're going to have some villager hall work, because I am trying to get that done before week 52. And then possibly if I have some time later, we'll go ahead and try and find another trial chamber, meaning that we'll actually have to go and get a villager that is out further in the world to hopefully get the game to actually give me a map for a new trial chamber. So that's the plan. And of course, that plan is going to start with the enderman platform, which, as you can see right here, I have a bunch of endstone. There is, well, endstone bricks. There are 6 shulker boxes plus the little bit in here that I have for how big I want to make this platform. Because in the end, the view range of an enderman is about, I'd say 62 blocks, I think is the number that comes out to being. So we're going to go ahead and, well, we're going to make this circle. This is going to take a long while, and I'll show you guys what I mean as we're going along. Alright, so first things first while we're here, I actually want to change this block out with endstone as well, which for that purpose I've gone ahead and actually grabbed a piston to go ahead and push it up into that, where that block's supposed to be, because I can't just like break it and then replace it. And I'm going to do it from below just so I don't accidentally push the minecart, so that's also why I brought some netherrack. So now that we have replaced this block, I'm going to go ahead and build out 59 blocks from here. So this would be 1, and we're going to go all the way out to 59. This is going to take a while if you cannot tell, because I'm going to do this in every direction. And alright, now that we have these sticks going out from the center, now is the time that we actually got to connect these up by building a circle. And here we go, the outer rim of the circle is finished. You can tell why I needed so many blocks now though, because now we gotta fill in each of these quadrants. I'm not gonna make you guys sit through that though. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of do little progress reports after each quadrant's done. So I'll see you guys in a second for you. This is gonna be a few hours for me. Oh, and actually, before I entirely start, let me go ahead and tell you guys something that's going to be cursed. This is me hitting shift. This is me hitting space. I don't want to break my pinky finger, so space is going to be my crouch key for the time being. That is all. Now we'll get on to doing this. Alright, there is 1 quadrant done in about, I'd say almost 20 minutes. So now time to work on the next quadrant. And there we go. This is now halfway done, and the only issue is my thumb is currently getting tired by holding down space to crouch. Alright, this hasn't been taking as long as I thought it would though, so we'll hang in there. Alright, 3/4, one more to go. Was this worth it? Who knows? And there we go. There is a full circular platform, 121 blocks in diameter, for our enderman farm, and you can even hear the screams of the enderman with my ears. Alright, so let's actually go ahead, fly back to the end island so that we can see all these endermen, well, spawn and run off, because I'm actually curious as to how this is going to work. Yep, here they go. There they go. Look at all of them. Yeah, no, this is definitely a lot faster. So now if I go ahead and let's say I'll do it once more, but now I want to go ahead and see the actual, like, I just want to see them fall, which let me go ahead and turn hostile creatures down to 5 so we don't have our ears being blasted out. Already a bunch of endermen. 65. Not bad. Yeah, if I go ahead and do this, should fill up relatively quickly, probably, I already guess. Yep, here they come. But yeah, in all honesty, this platform actually didn't take as long as I was thinking it was going to take to make, or to actually build. I expected this about to be actually 3 hours, then I noticed it was going to be about an hour and a half, and then I realized I did my math wrong, and it actually only took about an hour. Thankfully. Otherwise, I probably would have had more cramps in my hand and a lot more pain to build this. Yeah, no, it spawns in enderman very quickly. Works very well. As you can see, even those guys are getting attracted. So yeah, this isn't the end for the enderman farm. There are still a few things I want to do because, well, I want to go ahead and make a border around this, probably out of purple, just to add in some color. Then I'm thinking maybe even go ahead and add in some pixel art, and then maybe change the bottom of the area too, maybe even expand where the actual farm is, take out the bridge. There's still a few things I want to do with this, but for now I'm quite happy where we are, because this is, at least for this design, maximum enderman. So yeah, pretty happy. Let's get back to our base and start with something else. And here we are back at our base, where the next thing we're actually going to go ahead and do is something that is hopefully going to fix the lag around our base, because I don't know if you guys noticed, the world is a little bit choppy. I don't know if you'll be able to actually see the sun bounce back a bit, but what I am talking about is the fact that we have over here a bunch of axolotls that need to be moved. And by a bunch, I mean a lot of them. Currently in this pond, we have about 820, I think. Yep, 820 axolotls just sitting in here. And I only breed about 100 per week trying to get the elusive blue axolotl, so we don't need this many in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pull 500 axolotls out of these ponds, and then we're going to go ahead, dig a chunk out of the ground, and place them in there. That is the plan, at least. We're going to hope it works well. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and take all these buckets, fill them up with axolotls, and well, we're going to have to do that about 5 times. And this is going to take a bit. So yeah, the way we're going to do this is I'm going to try and take equal numbers of each axolotl with us, but that's about 125 of each axolotl. I don't know if I have 125 of each color, so we're just going to try our best to go ahead and clear these guys out. We'll probably start from there first, though. And I'll do this by color, so brown's going first. Alright, there we go. These are all brown axolotls, so 100 in total. We're going to take these, and it's time to give them a new home. Now, where to put these is a question. I don't want to put them anywhere too close. And I don't want to put them too far, and I don't want to put them too close. This would work. Alright, and now that we are here, I'm going to go ahead and just place all of these shulker boxes here, take an idea of the coordinates. So now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and take these 2 buckets, fill them up with water really quick, just so that we can go ahead and get infinite water. And I want to take this down about 10 blocks from the surface. Shouldn't take too long, especially not with the tools I have. And now it's time to fill this thing up with the axolotls. Alright, there is 100 brown axolotls in there. Now we gotta do that for the other 3 colors and then hopefully get 25 more of each color, totaling up to the 500 I wanted to move. This is gonna take a lot longer than I thought. Alright, batch number 2. Alright, now that's brown and yellow done. Blue is next. Alright, there's 100 blue in there now, so a total of 300. Alright, and here are all the pinks. Now what we're going to do, because this is 400 and I want to be 500, is we're going to try and go ahead and get 25 of each color now into this pit along with the other 100 that's in here. So a total of 125 across the board. Let's hope that I actually have 125 of each color though. So first off, I'm going to try and attempt to get 25 of the pink ones because I think that's the one we have the least of in here. And then I'm going to realize that's probably a bad idea because, well, I'm realizing that we're like getting rid of a lot of the pinks in here and we might not end up with any of the pink left. So I think we're going to leave the pinks in here. We'll catch about a third of each to be orange, blue, and yellow. Did I say orange? I meant brown, blue, and yellow. I don't know where I got orange from. And there we go. There's 500 taken out. I still gotta transport these, as you can tell, but that is 500 of the axolotls taken out of the pond, which hopefully will reduce lag around here, but we still have about 320, so we'll see if that even does a dent. Now let's go get them to their place of stay at the moment. Alright, batch number 5. You know, it's at this point I realize I don't necessarily do like the most impressive things, but I do the things that take a lot of time. But finally, we went ahead and got all of these guys moved into here. It's 500 axolotls. I believe it's 134 brown, 133 blue, 133 yellow, and 100 pink because we didn't actually have that much pink compared to the rest. But all of these at least break 100. So yeah, this is where they're going to be staying. There is now 320 in the pond back at our base and 500 here. But we still are going to be breeding axolotls for a while, so we'll see what happens. But now, let's go ahead back to our base and regroup for the next thing. And now that we're back, the next thing we're going to do on our list is actually not in here at all, but, you know, I came back to go grab some things, which I just realized I need to grab something else, but I'll say that in a second. But we're going to go ahead and clear out a deep dark because another thing I've been doing between weeks, along with the axolotl breeding, is the fact that I've been digging a hole for a future build project. And now that I've digged that hole almost all the way down to bedrock, is now coming an issue that I have a deep dark in said hole. And I'm too afraid to go ahead and just keep digging. I want to go ahead and have like all the sculk blocks that aren't just regular sculk removed. So the sensors, the catalyst, as well as the shriekers. So that's what we're going to go do right now. But while I may have grabbed the hoe, I do also need to grab some white wool just in case there are shriekers that I need to take care of. So let's go ahead over there. And here's the hole for anyone who hasn't seen it. It's pretty deep and you can probably guess why I found deep dark in here now. My main concern at this rate is I just hope that I don't trigger a warden. That is my main concern right now. So yeah, we're gonna go through this and hopefully not anger a warden in the process. Is this literally all the skulk? Oh, no, there's a pathway up here. Is there? Huh, this is an interesting patch. It's not that big. I thought it was going to be a lot bigger. That's the reason I had it be this whole entire thing on the list, but it apparently seems to not be the case. Well, that's actually a good sign for me. I'll just go ahead and clear all this out, and then I won't have to worry about it later. I also could probably stand. I'm not activating any sensors, so yep, just give me a second to go clear this out, and then we'll go ahead and do the next thing. Alright, that didn't take long, but that's honestly probably for the best because the last thing we're going to do this week is something that, well, you all know it and you all love it. We're going to be working on the villager hall again because I am still trying to get that thing done before the end of the year. But, of course, that means I'm going to go have to head and gather more materials, so a little bit of a montage, I guess? And all right, now that I've gone ahead and gathered some items, I'll go ahead and show you what we're going to be doing. This is actually the shulker box I'm going to be using for the wall. We've been making a wall around the build, and I'm going to now be using more resources just to kind of extend it just a little bit past the area where the back pops out a bit for the water channels. And then over here, we're finally going to get to start working on the library section of our villager hall. So I have blocks here. These will be used to decorate, and hopefully we can get it done. So let's go over there, shall we? All right, and now that we're here, the first thing I'm going to do is over in this area. This is where I was talking about. I just kind of want to take these walls and move them out to here. Basically, just making it so that and then we can stretch the wall all the way back here to however far we need it to be. So yeah, it's not going to be that hard. I'm just going to repeat this pattern and put it here. But I will say it'll be smaller than this wall, like this segment, because there's not that much space. And there we go. Already done with both sides. So now into the thing that's going to take the longest for this. We are finally going to go ahead and start work on building this up. So I actually have a design in mind for this to where we will be able, well, we'll be able to use this to its full extent. So I need to go and do things like rip out the floor, put walls in the back of these guys, actually put something here that isn't dirt, you know, just the usual stuff. So yeah, first thing I'm going to do for that actually is I'm going to take out the back here because I need this to not be connected. You know, I'll just also throw any blocks that we break into this water stream and we'll collect them later. So here's the first thing. These are going to have stone bricks on the back of them. Or not on the back of them, just in the between them because, well, it'll look a bit nicer that way. We're also going to go ahead and put stone here. Don't necessarily need the stone here, but it just looks a little bit better. We're also going to go ahead and back here, fill this with stone bricks. So something like this, that, and I'm placing stairs back here so that we don't have to worry about, well, the iron bars attaching because we need the items to fall down here, and this is the only way we're going to really be able to do that. And I fell down. There we go. Now, I'm actually going to focus on putting in lights really quick. Lights and then a block on top of them. So grab ochre, grab these black stone brick stairs, and we're going to be placing ochre lights right behind these guys. And then we're going to be placing these brick stairs right behind them, even though it gets a little annoying in like this little situation because I can't necessarily jump up there to place it. All right, now that we've taken care of the waterways, and I can even show you that, let me actually, well, I can actually show you because the idea is if I'm standing here, I can just throw a block. We'll go ahead and throw an ochre frog light to show this off. It should hit the back of the block, drop down there, and it should end up back at our chest over here. Yep, along with a few other items, obviously. All right, now we're going to go ahead and take our chiseled bookshelves and our bookshelves, and we're going to go ahead and place them around here, as well as replace the dirt here. Alright, now that we've got the bookshelves in place, as you can see I've kind of alternated between doing the chiseled versions and the regular versions because I can go ahead and decorate these however I want. Now it's time to go ahead and put a trim here and also probably get the floor out as well. And there we go. Okay, that's technically the design for the first floor. I know it looks a little bit bare to an extent. We've got signs that don't have any text on them. These are going to be for me to see quickly at a glance what enchantment is on the villager, like the max enchantment. And then also we have a bunch of just dark oak on the floor. I wanted to make a pattern on the floor with carpet, but I didn't really have time to think of one at the moment. So yeah, that's just going to be how that is for the time being. And then finally, I went ahead and put a trim around here with some deep slate brick and also put some crafting tables here if I ever need to craft something. So now time to work on the second floor. And first things first, we need a walkway. And there we go. Now we've got the second floor of this area. Not the back, obviously. I'm just saying we now have a place to actually walk upon instead of, well, trying to fumble our way around here with me jumping over these. So, you know, upgrades. But now we're going to just go ahead and replicate the design I have down there up to here. This is the start where this is the start. This is the point where I start praying that I counted everything out correctly. Alright, there we go. We got almost everything done on the second floor, and you may be realizing that I didn't do that up there, and that's just because it's a little bit different. It's got the arch shape, but I'm just going to be putting the regular and the chiseled bookshelves up here as well, and just, of course, staggering them a bit just so that it doesn't look uniform. But yeah, there we go. There is now the back wall. And I think actually that means that this whole place is done decorated to an extent. Well, I say an extent because here's the thing. I want to go ahead and do a few things with this, but they're minor details. First things first, these chiseled bookshelves are going to be empty. They're going to have books just strewn through them in every one of them. Some might be empty, some might not. Some might be entirely full. I'm not sure. Thing number two, these signs are empty and they're not going to be the entire time. These signs are here as a placeholder for when I actually go through all the enchantments and I want to type all these out that we can actually buy from villagers. Put some glow squid ink on them to make them pop out a little bit more, as well as a dye, and then I'll just be able to look at a glance which villager has what enchantment I need. And then finally with this on the floor, it's not just going to be dark oak. I kind of want to do some carpeting, but maybe make it into a picture. I have like a 15 by 15 area to work with, so I can probably get something decent looking at least. And if not, I can just make a carpet with a pattern. But yeah, no, honestly, with these two, I'm pretty happy. And I think even during the night, if I could show you guys what that looks like. And here it looks like with the sunset. It's actually quite nice. I think it's finally closed in, so it feels more like a building and not just a random thing I added. I think what I might do with this, because I don't want to leave this just as is, I'm going to put probably some type of deep slate trim onto here. I don't know if it's going to be tiles. I don't know if it's going to be bricks. I haven't decided on that. I just decided that there was going to be a trim on here, but I just don't like the look of the logs on here. That's the reason why, but I want them to be upright. But yeah, no, it honestly looks pretty good, and obviously the waterways work. Just drop them in there and the block will go ahead and appear over at this chest, like so. I just realized I had more stuff in here. But yeah, all in all, I'm pretty happy with how this actually turned out. Of course, we still got the other three to go, but things kind of like the little back here that I have that are just made of stone bricks, the ochre lights, as well as the blackstone stairs, I can probably go ahead and add those into all the other ways, kind of finishing up some of the looks around here. But that's going to have to wait for next time because I'm out of time for this week. But I'd still say we got a decent amount done. We went ahead and migrated all the axolotls. We went and upgraded our enderman farm by like 10-fold, probably 20-fold if you want me to be honest. We went ahead, cleared out the deep dark of our little mining hole, even though it wasn't really much of a deep dark, but I'm still glad we decided to do it, just in case. And then now we finally have this enclosure in our villager hall, which is one more step to actually having this finished. But yeah, that's going to be it for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all for watching. You guys take care. Have a great week. And I will see you guys in the next one. All right. Bye-bye.